Being able to recommend trustworthy and credible vendors to our clients is the name of the game in real estate. And in vetting lending partners, well, in my case, getting vetted, I had the honor of meeting Sean Brunson, mortgage broker with All Financial Services. Sean, I want to thank you for taking your time to jump on here with me. Maybe you could give the folks a little bit of your background, a little quick summary about Sean Brunson.
Well, yeah, I appreciate it, Keith. It's been fun getting to this point to get on here. Hello, everybody who cannot see me, who cannot hear me, but you'll see this eventually. Uh, but yeah, my name is Sean Brunson. I am a mortgage broker at All Financial Services. We are in Owings Mills, Maryland, and that's where our physical location is, but we are licensed in multiple states. We are in DC, Maryland, Virginia, Florida, Georgia, California. We are also in Pennsylvania, so we can get stuff done in multiple locations. And unlike your standard mortgage companies, like let's just say a bank, for example, we do more than just QM loans. So it is not just your standard FHA and VA and conventional. We also have non-QM loans to offer people, which I'm sure we'll get into later, Keith. But yeah, we have a lot to offer that I'm sure everybody will love.
Well, before we go leave that, you drop some mortgage lingo on us. QM loans. Give a quick explanation for the lay people out here listening to this. Let us know what you're talking about.
I did. My apologies. QM loans, I just call them your standard loans that like everybody pretty much does. So you have your FHA loans, your VA loans, your USDA loans, and your conventional loans. So these are all conforming loans, also known as QM or qualified mortgage loans.
Okay. All right. So qualified mortgage loans, and you do loans outside of that realm as well.
Correct, because everything is not always black and white, especially for my entrepreneurs out there. It's a little bit more complicated sometimes.
Okay, I got it. So tell me, what led you to the real estate industry?
I was actually led to this industry pretty much by my father, whether I like it or not. He was actually a mortgage broker, early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s. And
Okay.
he had told me, get into it, get into it. I graduated from college in Morgan State. I'm all about athletics. So I was originally working at Nike, worked my way up the chain, was planning to go corporate, uh, did some other things with owning my own business. I own my own basketball league. That became my primary focus. And with that becoming my focus, I decided I was not going to pursue Nike anymore as far as that corporate journey. So with me making that decision, I had to find a way to put some money in my
Okay.
pocket.
Okay.
COVID is actually something that it's weird to say, but it helped me because I had to sit back now. Athletics, as we know, did not exist when COVID hit. Everything was shut down. My father, he came and he talked to me. So, I understand that you're upset that your league is not going on. But remember that I've been telling you to check out these mortgage loans, and as far as this industry is concerned, just look into it. So I went on to YouTube. I watched a video at probably around midnight. Next thing I know, it's 8 a.m. and I'm still watching videos. I was hooked.
Okay. All right. So you went and took the courses to get your license and everything.
Oh yeah, I ran through it, and it turns out that I already had a lot of knowledge because I guess what's the word when you are doing something but you don't realize it. It's escaping me right now. Yeah, but I realized that I actually did pick up some things from my father, and I did not realize that I had. So
Okay.
I actually like they give you options. You can take the course over a matter of months or maybe weeks. I did mine in 3 days, knocked it out, just locked in, did the exam, and only 31% of people passed the national exam on the first attempt. I'm in that 31%. I passed on the first attempt because it's just something that I truly believe in. Once I saw how much this can actually impact people and how much people don't have this basic knowledge really, I was like, oh, I'm going to get this knowledge out as much as I can and get this information out.
Okay. So how long you been in the mortgage real estate game?
So almost 3 years now.
3 years now. Okay. All right. And tell me a little bit about. So your dad was a mortgage broker, and you kind of saw him doing the business. You
Yep.
went a different path with the athletics, and then COVID hit, that got shut down, and Dad had to tap you on the shoulder and say, "Hey, buddy,
Yeah,
this
check
is
it out,
still
son.
here." So I get it. I get it. So tell me about All Financial Services. I didn't mess that name up, did I?
No, no, all financial
Okay.
services. That's it.
So tell me a little bit about the company. Do you guys have any special programs?
Man, we have a lot. So this goes back to, as I mentioned earlier, yes, we have those qualified mortgage programs or QM loans, but we also have non-QM loans. So an example of a non-QM loan that we offer would be a bank statement loan. So a bank statement loan is essentially, I mentioned, your entrepreneurs earlier. As an entrepreneur myself, we like to write stuff off, all right, when it comes
Right.
to tax time. So unfortunately, when you write off so much stuff, they go off of your 31, line 31 as far as your net profit, right? So
Right.
if your net, because you wrote everything off, is $30,000, that's what the government, Fannie or Freddie Mac will say, that's what you made for the year is 30,000. And that's all we can use to try to get you an FHA or conventional loan. Does
Right.
not work if I wrote everything off. So with a bank statement loan, your taxes no longer play a factor at all. It is all about your bank statements, your assets, and what you have had in there over the course of the last 12 or 24 months. Because you have 1 year, you have 2 year bank statement loans. So we use that instead of taxes. And now if you made $250,000 in a year, that's what's used for you to buy the home. That's used as your actual income. Now the difference is compared to a QM loan, interest rates will be higher because it is non-QM, it's not your standard.
Right.
But you can always, obviously, yeah, you go with the non-QM and you can refile later. So it's always more than one way to get things done.
Okay. All right. That's a great tip. That's a great tip. Now I know everybody thought this was going to be all mortgage talk. Sorry to disappoint you. It's not. And so, Sean, let's go a little bit deeper into you. So, where you from? What's your home birthplace and everything else?
Well, I'm born in Washington, D.C., but where am I from? I'm from Baltimore, Maryland. I've been here since I'm 7 years old. So
Okay.
that is where I claim as my hometown.
So you claim Baltimore as your hometown. So tell
Yes,
me a
sir.
little bit about what led you to, start the basketball league and what is your tie in between, you seem to have a lot of passion about whatever you do. So
Mhm.
tell me about how you got this, how this basketball league came about, and just kind of give us the backstory for that.
Well, the league came about because when I stopped playing competitively, I needed something to do myself. I wanted to find ways to still play competitively, so I joined rec leagues in the area, and they just were not fulfilling. So I was like, hey, I'm going to these people who run the leagues that I played in. I was like, I have ideas of how to make it better. But guys, when you are older, you're stuck in your ways. You don't want to hear this young guy got to say. So eventually, I decided, you know what? I'll give it a shot to start my own league, see how it goes. So I reached out to my friends who were still playing Division 1, Pro Ball overseas, and was like, hey, I'm planning on starting the league next summer. What you think? Let's get everybody together. Let's see how we can make this happen. So 2014 is when I actually started the league. Started at 6 teams, majority of my friends, so average talent at best, with
Okay.
some good talent mixed in. And then it just grew so fast. By 2017, I had NBA players calling, they want to put their teams in the league. So it
Okay.
took off real quick. But as far as the connection between, because it seems like two different worlds, right?
Right.
Basketball and then mortgage loans.
Right.
For me, it's all about helping the people and helping the community. So the lead that I have now, to fast forward to where we are now I have sponsors like Red Bull and Foot Locker. I have a partnership with the NBA themselves.
Okay.
Um, but everything that I have for my league with all the NBA guys and these pro overseas guys that show up, it's free admission because it's for the community. I want everybody to come in and just relax, have a good time, and enjoy some good basketball. So that's one side of what I do for community. And now mortgage loans is the other. I want to be able to assist people as far as, finding that dream home or that starter home that will turn into your dream home eventually, helping you with the refi your current home. It's just so many different ways you can actually assist people when it comes to this industry that I didn't realize originally. Shout out to my dad again. So, and once I learned it, I was like, yo, I have to do this. I just see myself as an assistant for the people in general.
Man, that's awesome. That is really awesome. So, and this is all centered in Baltimore.
Yes, sir.
So is this come from your passion for Baltimore that you're going to really just dive in and wrap your arms around that city? Is that what I'm hearing?
I mean, yeah, but it's greater than Baltimore. Like I said, this passion extends across the country. Like people
Okay.
need help everywhere, and if
Right.
I can assist and I can actually help you there, like again, we're licensed in California, so if somebody needs help in California and I'm reachable, I'm going to help.
Oh man, that's awesome. That's pretty amazing that you've been able to bring two passions together, but with one mission. You
Yes,
know,
sir.
your dad instilled the issue of, instilled the, hey, there's a way to earn a living despite COVID falling, crashing upon us. People still need a place to live. And
Right.
so he succeeded in bringing you along that path, and you didn't give up on your main dream of this basketball league. And now you're in a position to reach so many people through your spirit of service, but with your knowledge of two different areas, but also just to bring people to a awareness of the importance of home ownership, and not just the importance of how do you get it. That's where we struggle. How do we get there
Yes.
to own a home? And so, I mean, I really applaud you on what you're doing. So that's just amazing.
I appreciate that, and and again, that's the main reason for doing it. That plus the fact that it's an industry where you actually get paid for helping people. Like, there's not too many industries like that, so that's why it just fits me perfectly. And then, mention as far as informing people of how they can own a home. So many people, unfortunately, think that it's just this unobtainable goal when it's not. There are so many different things out here. We talked about programs earlier. I did not mention, down payment assistance and grants. We had those programs which will literally cover your down payment. So that would take away from the amount of money that you have to spend out of pocket to buy a home. In the market today, we have 2-1 rate buy downs, 2-1 and 1-0. I'm pretty sure you're familiar with both of those. And if not, for those who are not familiar with it, if we are currently seeing in the market, it is not where sellers are just controlling everything, right? It's
Right.
shifting back to a buyer's market. So thankfully, so with that going on, yes, rates unfortunately have climbed. They're going up and up and up. But with these 2-1 rate buy downs, if rates right now are at 6.5%, a 2-1 rate buy down means you can take the seller's concession that a top realtor, like Mr. Keith right here for you people,
Thank you, sir.
like
Thank you, sir.
like Keith is able to get you seller concessions, and those concessions can now be used to buy down your rate. And instead of a 6.5, you're at a 4.5 the first year. The second year, you're at a 5.5. The third year is when you finally pay the 6.5. But until then, it helps you not fail it. It
That's
lowers
right.
that down payment. Yeah.
And the key question is, let's say the rates come down before the third year. Can they refi with no penalty?
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
That's what I'm
All
saying.
right.
It's all beautiful the way this thing works.
All right. Man, I really appreciate it. I mean, I appreciate you and Ron, your partner, your supervisor came out to meet with us and, vet us out. And we found I guess, a unified vision, and definitely helping folks understand the importance of home ownership, and not just the importance of it, how to make it happen for themselves. And
Most
so
definitely.
there's a lot of panic. I think you addressed it, but just to make it plain for folks, a lot of people are saying, "Oh, I'm gonna hold off, not buy right now because of the interest rates." You've given
No.
some, you've given some answers to it, but if you had to make it plain, what one statement would you give for anybody that's thinking about buying but's thinking, "Oh, I need to hold off"? What's the one statement that you would give to them?
If you can afford to buy, buy. Uh,
That's
Look,
right.
you gotta let go of this 2020, 2021 mindset. Those interest rates of 2 and 3% were rates that are so ridiculous. We will never see them again in this lifetime. It's so many things that came into a factor, including a global pandemic, to make that happen. It's not
Right.
happening again. The rates that we are currently seeing are still historically low. If you don't believe me, check the history. Go back 15, 20 years. This is still historically low. So if you can afford to buy now, buy now. Because at the end, what do you own? You don't own anything
Right.
right now. You're not hurting yourself by buying a home. You're helping yourself tremendously by creating that owner's equity.
Well said. I mean, I've been saying it, but sometimes you can't be a prophet in your own land. You need to hear from someone else. So,
This is
Sean, I
true.
appreciate it. I appreciate it, man. Looking forward to working together with you. And I'm just in awe of what you're doing with the basketball league and how it's just grown. And so keep doing what you're doing.
Will do, man. I appreciate you having me on here, Keith. Hello to Kelly and Olivia as well. Even though we said basketball, we're gonna go to football. Kelly, stick with your team, all right? Rob your squad. But definitely
I'll make
appreciate.
sure. I'm gonna tell her you said that. I'm gonna tell her you said that. All
All
right,
right,
man. I appreciate it. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up, and I'm sure we're gonna be doing business down the road.
most definitely. I look forward to it.
All right. Thank you, Sean.
Thank you, Keith.